To our next story, which is about Kamala Harris. This morning, she received some uninvited guests. A group of more than 100 illegal migrants. They assembled outside her residence looking for food, shelter and jobs. They were moved there from Texas by the state's governor himself. Why? To corner the US Vice President. You see, Kamala Harris is America's so-called border czar. She's in charge of illegal migrants entering the country. But she recently claimed that the issue had subsided, that American borders were now safe and guarded. So the Republicans decided to give her a reality check. And here's a report on what happened next. Take a look.
These images are from Washington, D.C. What you see is a group of illegal migrants assembled outside the U.S. Naval Observatory, the official residence of Kamala Harris. They were bussed here from Texas by the state's Republican governor to corner the U.S. Vice President. Why did he do this? Because Kamala Harris is America's so-called border czar, the Biden administration's point person for illegal migrants, a role which Republicans say she has completely abandoned. In a recent interview, Harris claimed that American borders are safe, a questionable claim given the colossal surge in illegal migrant arrests. Look at the numbers. America apprehended more than 200,000 illegal migrants in July this year. This is 340% higher than the average arrests in July in the last 5 years. Analysts say if the trend persists, there will be more than 2 million migrants behind bars by the end of 2022. Where are these migrants coming from? Mostly from Colombia, Panama, Guyana, Nicaragua, Venezuela and Cuba. Where are they being arrested? Mostly in the states of Florida, Mississippi, Texas and Arizona, all of which happen to be governed by Republicans. So what do the Republicans do? They send migrants to the vice president's doorstep in order to pressure Democrats into doing their job. More than 100 of them were dropped outside her home in a clear bid to expose Kamala Harris's claims.
I left Venezuela on August 18th. I passed through the jungle. I spent 6 days in the jungle.
Cuba, Nicaragua, Nicaragua, Honduras, Honduras, Guatemala, Guatemala, Mexico. And in Mexico it got ugly. Anything unpleasant that can happen to a human being happens to migrants.
Interestingly, Texas is not the only state pulling off this stunt. The state of Florida is doing something similar. On Thursday, it sent a plane filled with migrants to an island governed by Democrats, Martha's Vineyard in Massachusetts, a vacation spot for the rich and affluent. Also for elite American lawmakers, the island happens to be governed by Republicans. Florida wants them to host illegal migrants too. The governor of Florida is unapologetic about his move. He says it's about time that Joe Biden lives up to his promises.
So our message is, we're not a sanctuary state. We don't have benefits or any of that. There are some sanctuary jurisdictions, and that would be better. Now, what would be the best is for Biden to do his damn job and secure the border.
The Democrats are calling this stunt evil, inhumane, and un-American. They're accusing Republicans of exploiting the plight of migrants and using them as political pawns.
We get it. It's a fundamental long-term issue. It is a broken system, but we are also doing the work. And I have to say, the work that what we're seeing Republicans doing, elected officials using migrants as a pawn, is not the way to move forward on this.
Why send these folks only to blue cities or blue states? Why isn't Abbott sending refugees to Mississippi or Oklahoma or Idaho? This is about politics for him, without regard to the fear and anguish and the challenges that it poses for these refugees.
This fiasco is expected to escalate further because midterm elections are round the corner. Joe Biden's electoral prospects don't look so good. So his team is using issues such as abortion to gain political dividends. To counter their campaign, the Republicans have decided to latch on to the issues of migrants. They've made their first big move. Who knows what might come next? Bureau Report, WION, World is One.
WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.